Hey, welcome fellow travelers. I'm Leader Jim and we're going on an adventure today. I'm glad you caught me. I'm just about to head out. But I need to do my last backpack check before we get there. So let me sit down here on the stairs and see what we have packed for our adventure. We have some clothes. Those are important, huh? Our map. Hang on to that for me. And a blanket in case we get cold. A lantern in case it's dark out. We also have a headlamp for that. And got some food. That'll be important for our journey, don't you think?
Yeah, we have a map and...
Oh, that's right. We have a telescope and you can't forget your mask these days. So, what are we going to be going to? Well, we're going to be traveling all around the world just like a man a long time ago. Did you know that there was someone a long time ago who traveled all around the world? His name was Paul, and he traveled around teaching people to be kind to one another and teaching them about the love of God. That is a really important job that Paul had, and we're going to be going around the world to try and teach people to be kind just like Paul did. So, if we're going to have a big adventure like he did, we better pack up our bag and get going. What do you think? Get all this stuff in here. And you know, Matt, I will miss some of my friends back here at home. But if I want to be just like Paul, I'm going to have to go and write letters to some of the people that we see. Did you know that as Paul traveled all around the world, he wrote letters after he would meet people? He'd meet them, he'd get to know them, just like this.
That's how adventure
Gives a high five.
He gives a really big high five. That's what adventure does.
That's right. He would meet people and he'd get to know them and become friends with them. And then just as soon as he got there, he would leave again. Wouldn't that be so sad if you had to leave a friend that you just met? It was sad for Paul. And that's why he wrote them letters. He wrote them all sorts of letters and he called them epistles. That's kind of a silly name, but it's just a letter. And in those letters, he told them how proud of them he was. And so, that's what we're going to be doing too. Traveling around and writing letters. Do you want to come along for the journey? Do you want to come along on the journey with us? That's great. Are you going to come on the journey with me, Matt?
Bang, bang. All of these words are going to be, we're going to go, but we're going in the forest.
I guess we'll have to go in the forest first. We'll see you along the journey. Be like Paul and be kind to one another.
But you know what we're going to meet today?
Tell me, Matt, where are we going to meet today?
We're going to meet the new Pokemon. The Pokemon are going to be hiding in the forest somewhere.
Hey, fellow explorers, I wanted to give you your activity for this week and your Bible verse for this week. Your activity is to find a friend who you haven't seen in a long time. Maybe it's a grandparent or an aunt or an uncle or just someone that you know from church or school. Write them a letter or draw them a picture this week to let them know that you're thinking about them and praying for them. And that goes along with your verse for the week. Your verse from the week comes from 1 Thessalonians Chapter 1, verse 2. It's, "We always thank God for you and pray for you constantly." Have a great week, explorers. I'll see you next week.